Good day, Minecraftians. Purple Mentat here, bringing you episode 40 of my Regrowth Let's Play. I wanted to show you I made a couple of refinements on the coal system, specifically due to the advice of a fan. I've replaced the second crafty crate with an obsidian transport pipe feeding into a compacting drawer, and the compacting drawer is whitelisting the blocks of coal. Well, there's an emerald transport pipe whitelisting the blocks of coal underneath the compacting drawer. And then I just have one of those autarkic pumpers on the back of it, doing its job, pushing the everything into the block here, into the barrel. Yeah. So that's doing pretty well. Something left my base loaded while I was offline, which is weird because the personal anchors here, they're supposed to shut off when I log off. That's something that we have set in the server configs. So I'm not 100% certain why that happened. Anyway, 13 stacks of coal disappeared on me, and I had to, my boiler was dead cold when I came back in, and I had to look into the firestone situation again. Turns out you can recharge it if it has not been fully drained. When it gets fully drained, then it cracks. So I kept an eye on it, and I fed it back through, and we got it up to... We got the boiler here back up to full temperature again. And then I went and recharged the thing. I don't know where I stashed it, though. It's around here somewhere. Anyway, one other thing I did. I have dug a channel in the ground here to run some golden fluid pipe from the pump that already exists, because I am not using nearly as much water as that pump can output in my boiler. They are actually relatively efficient with water and with fuel once they are full temperature. I mean, we take a look, that block of coal just started, and as you can see, it's going to burn for a good long time for the amount of power that this thing can output. It does not need a huge supply of coal all the time. Alright, we're going to cap this back off for now. Now, the reason I'm running water out here is for a new item that we need to... a new block, a new machine that we need as part of our technological progression. And that is the carpenter in the mechanical carpentry quest. The uses of water to help construct things in a mechanical carpenter is something you remember well. If only you had a way to power the darn thing. And we do. So the carpenter is from Forestry and is going to require a bunch of bronze, some glass ingots, and sturdy casing, which is also made from bronze. Which is why I've had my smeltery working on a good bit of bronze for me. So I'm just going to grab a stack of the stuff for now. We're going to go grab some glass, and you know what? I think we're going to go ahead and... ooh, I'm out of sand. Alright, we're going to go ahead and make ourselves a bunch more sand so that I can make more glass. I don't remember what the recipe for sand is, but... I don't need to remember recipes, the game remembers for me. So let's just grab, you know what, let's just make all the sand. There we go. It's not like I'm lacking in essence. And there we go. Oh, you know what I did? I put my firestone into my furnace after I recharged it because it does a good job in here. And I believe it will, one durability on the firestone will cook one item, from what I remember. Maybe it's slightly better than that. Anyway, this will be a great fuel source for the furnace until I can replace the furnace entirely with something newer and better. So let's make our carpenter now with 8 bronze ingots like so. 6 more like so. The casing in the middle and a couple of glass. Sturdy casing from Forestry. Gets us our carpenter. And this gives us 16 cans of water. And opens up the I Shall Call You Squishy quest. Another machine that you think could prove useful will be one which could extract fluids from items. Whether it's squeezing juice from fruit or liquid honey from drops, you're sure you'll find a use for it. And yes, the squeezer is an essential part of the forestry experience if you plan on going down that line, which I believe we do. Yeah, I think we should do bees. You guys tell me, should we do bees? We did bees in Agrarian Skies. I like bees. We should do bees. Because we have a whole different set of tools for bees in this pack than we did in the last time I got into bees. And it's been a while. It's been close to a year since I've touched anything bee related. So. I can definitely see why people would not want to do bees all the time. It would definitely get tedious starting bees every single pack you play. But as something to dive into now and then, highly recommend it. A lot of fun. How about we grab tin and not aluminium? That's better. Squeezer created. Excellent. And this gets us 64 apples and 8 cans of juice. Excellent. Now, the reason I wanted the carpenter and the squeezer was so that I could start building the items that, well, I wanted the squeezer because it was quest. The carpenter, on the other hand, ooh, right. I forgot about this. So, forestry blocks, I believe. Oh, I don't see any power going this way anymore. They usually cause a kind of constant drain on your power system. However, we have the materials that we need to make that not a problem. And we can do that by putting this gate here and setting the gate to... hang on. Items in inventory empty, full. Power requested. Is power requested the one that I want? Ah, has work to open. Will this work? You know what? I need to go play with the gates some. I think that there's a way to set up a power pipe that will be closed until this has work to be done. But I'm not too worried about it at the moment because I have an overabundance of power that's always going to be produced anyway. So, and no way to store it at the moment. And I'm honestly not too worried about storing power because I have boilers and can make more. And even moving the entire thing if I need to in the future, not that big of a deal. So now we're going to be going a little bit off quests. Because from what I understand, yeah, there isn't much available in the way of questing for the next tier of tech. And that next tier of tech is Mekanism. I have wanted to wait until quests were available before I tackled things, but honestly, I've done that for 39 episodes before now. And it's time to push past that. It's time to move on. I have everything I need to start making the first bit of the Mekanism mod, which is the metallurgic infuser. Step 1 is going to be getting osmium plates. We had a lot of osmium, nether osmium, from... Ooh, that's a problem. I don't know why this faucet is one of these faucets that's having trouble pouring out the osmium into the caster. That is very strange. Oh, the hourglass got stopped. That's all that happened. Whew, that's less of a worry. Okay. So will the ingot caster make me? Come on. Why are you not turning into ingots? This is a little bit of an annoying bug. Huh. Alright. Well, hang on. We're going to try something here to see if we can solve this issue. I feel like I probably ran into this before as well, many episodes ago, and simply forgot about it. So we're going to try slapping a drain in a casting basin right there. The fluid osmium is pouring into the casting basin just fine. Ooh, we're running low on lava. Or we're out of lava in this tank. Okay, and that eventually turns into a block of osmium, but it's not working in the ingot caster at all. That is very weird. Alright, this is going to require a good bit of manual intervention to solve. I'll deal with that on my own time. So let's grab our osmium ingots, and I do need to put the rolling machine back down, which is in here. And this is going to need power. And again, this is one that does kind of constantly drain off a little bit of power. But I'm not too worried about it. There you go. It runs really fast when it's got this much power going into it, as you can see. There's our osmium plates for the infuser. We are going to need redstone chipsets and steel casing. Ooh, as well as iron plates. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and turn a stack of iron into iron plates while we work on other things. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Now, the steel casing from Mekanism requires refined steel from Quadrum, osmium plates from Quadrum, and sheets of titanium from Mariculture, which you have to make either in the rolling machine or on the blacksmith's anvil. You get better efficiency out of the rolling machine. So yeah, you're going to have a lot of materials available before you're able to even really consider getting into Mekanism. You need the 3 top end metals. So that'll do for now. That gives me 28. There you go. Make me sheets of titanium. Yay! And I'm going to need more osmium. Always more stuff to craft. It's not a bad thing, honestly, in my opinion. Wait, why did you drop on the ground? Come back here. Thank you. There you go. Okay, so now we can get this together. And this is going to make our steel production go that much faster. First things first, steel case. Oh, I don't have any refined steel on hand, but now I do. There we go. First things first, steel casing. And you know what? We'll go ahead and make 3 because I know I'm going to use them. Next step is the redstone chipsets, which is why I've been producing so many of them. And let's get this done. There we go. 1 metallurgic infuser completed. Now you'll notice that when I hold shift on this, it tells me the stored energy. Mekanism blocks can store energy even when you pick them up and move them. It also tells me that energy is ×1 and speed is ×1. If I take a look at Mekanism, or if I take a look at upgrades, I bet. Upgrade. Where are they? Come on, Mekanism. Here they are. Speed upgrade and energy upgrade. Using some very high-end materials. Ardite plates. Wow, advanced control circuits. This is a very altered recipe. The speed upgrades will make the Mekanism blocks move faster. The energy upgrades will make them more efficient. Speed upgrades also make them eat more energy, so it's a trade-off. We're going to go ahead and just toss our infuser down right here, and it'll get connected to the power, and will charge itself up to 8,000 redstone flux. Now, there's a few good things you can do with the infuser. And if you check the recipes, you can scroll through all 16 infuser recipes that are available. One of the more important things that you can do with it, though, is refining obsidian and creating enriched alloy out of iron and redstone. Now, you'll see that it will take 1 redstone per iron. However, you've got the option of compressing your redstone first in an enrichment chamber. So that's really the next thing you want to build to make more efficient use of your materials is the enrichment chamber. But that enrichment chamber requires quartz chipset. Ooh, didn't expect you already. Hang on, let me go grab some quartz and start a bunch of quartz chipsets running. We'll just make... I'm going to make half a stack of quartz chipsets because I have the power and the materials, and I want to. Here, have some nether quartz, make me quartz chipsets. What else do I need for my enrichment table? Steel plates, osmium ingots, basic control circuits. Here we go. This is the, ooh. That's a little different and new. So, this is why we were building the carpenter, because we need to make these basic circuit boards out of forestry to then add our redstone chipsets and our osmium plates to turn into the basic control circuits. Now, to make the enrichment chamber, I need 2 of these. And in fact, I'm going to need a lot of them over time. So we're going to go ahead and create a bunch of these basic circuit boards using redstone, tin, and water and power. So, yeah, I've got a bunch of redstone over here. 6 stacks of that and a stack of tin. Come on. Oh, that's the problem. Inventory full. Not a problem. So, the forestry carpenter. works a little differently than most crafting devices. Instead of being just a table that you put things in, you actually set the materials down in the bottom and then set the crafting components up here. Oh, and now it has its recipe to create basic circuit boards. It's going to go ahead and drain both power and water from its reserves, which will then be replenished by the pipes to create them. And luckily, the basic circuit boards, they will stack. So we've got at least that going for us. And I'm just going to go ahead and wait and grab, we'll just take 4 of them to get started. Now, each one of these requires 3 redstone chipsets. So I'm going to go ahead and grab 12. And I believe it was 2 osmium plates. Wow, we're going to burn through a lot of osmium on this mod. We need to get better osmium production going soon. I mean, I knew we were going to use a lot, but that's a lot more than I expected even. So yeah. Luckily, I have some plans to actually improve our osmium production. That's what this mod is all about, actually, is getting lots and lots of good stuff built. Once you have access to the machines, you can do some amazing things with them. There we go. There's our basic control circuits. We're going to make ourselves a mechanism chest just so that we can keep things organized. When we're not playing with mechanism, it'll be right over here. And I am going to get another pass on cosmetics done on this base sometime soon. I've just been having not enough time to coordinate with the people who are going to be doing the cosmetic work because, honestly, that's not me. Wow. These things cost 600,000 redstone flux each. Jeez. Okay. Well, if I want to do... You know what? I don't need to worry about doing them in a reasonable amount of time. I have the one I need to make at the enrichment chamber already. We're good. Steel plates. I should have some of those over here still. Yep, 2 more. Excellent. That is just about perfect. I know I made some iron chipsets in advance. Good. What am I missing? I've got everything. Enrichment chamber done. Fantastic. So what the enrichment chamber lets us do is create, you can either convert your, oh, these are plastic blocks. You can convert your dusts back into, like you can convert your nether quartz dust into nether quartz. You can convert your ores into dust, and then that dust can be used. This will allow us to double ores without using the smeltery. This is the long story short. Jeez, I can't even words today. Tin ore turns into tin dust, as you can see. You can also turn, for example, your lapis ore into a guaranteed 12 lapis lazuli. So you can very easily double your ore, get the full fortune benefit for things like this nether diamond I've been sitting on, waiting for a use for, which is in here somewhere. There we go. We're going to turn these 3 nether diamond ore into 6 diamond ore. And each one of those 6 diamond ore will turn into 2 diamonds for us, giving us a guaranteed benefit of fortune without any chance of failure, just by being at the right tech level and spending enough power. Now, all of the mechanism machines and the railcraft stuff, this is going to be noisy over here. It's just a fact of life in this pack. I don't mind. A lot of people have issues with it. If you yourself do not like the noise, you can go and turn a lot of the noise off. So what's the really great part about Mekanism that this now enables us to do, besides having things like the enrichment chamber that doubles our ores and such? And in fact, you know what? I should... Yeah, that's what we'll do next. Okay. The other cool thing, can I put the nether osmium straight into the enrichment chamber? No, does not look like. That's okay. The next basic machine we're going to build for Mekanism actually is the compressor, no. Combiner, crusher, digital miner, no. Factories, no. There's a furnace type in here. I just can't seem to find it. Purification chamber, energized smelter. This is going to be created using heat glass, or actually any glass. Very similar recipe as the last, except instead of the quartz chipset, it just uses a bit of glass. So let me go grab a bit of glass, and let's deposit our forestry thing and our cans into the combined buildcraft, railcraft, forestry place. And I need a bit of glass. This is going to use up my final... Hang on. Smelter? Is that it? It's a... Yes, energized smelter. We need more steel plates. Because of course we need more steel plates. Life would be too easy if we didn't need more steel plates. But that is also a very quick fix. I kind of like the sound of the steam engines. Makes me happy. There we are. We've got the casing. We've got the control circuits. I think we're good. No, we are lacking an osmium ingot. That was close. I don't know why creepers are randomly exploding in this version. We're still on 0.7.1. Have not had a chance to update everything to 0.7.2 quite yet. Let me know in the comments below if you guys would like another update video similar to the one that I did for 0.7.1. It's a much smaller change list, and I'm not entirely certain it's really worth doing, but I will keep doing patch notes videos as long as you guys like. Alright, the energized smelter is exactly what you would expect. This is a smeltery that runs on redstone flux. Or not a smelter. This is a... Oh man, that makes a horrible noise. Yeah, we're going to stop that right now. This is a furnace that runs on redstone flux. And the reason we're going to stop that, actually, is because Mekanism machines work similarly to applied Energistics machines. I mean, not applied, thermal expansion machines. So what we're going to do, we're going to put the smelter up there. And we're going to give it the nether osmium. We're going to tell it to, hang on, input on, slots. We can change the slots here. That's what we need to change around. We're just going to set all of these to gray at the moment. Because gray is effectively nothing. So on the bottom, we're going to have dark red. Or no, we are not. Right, the colors in this one are slightly rough for me, but it includes a tool for me to do that. Let me look up that tool and I'll be right back. All right, the tool that I need is the configurator. And to make the configurator, we're going to need enriched alloy, which is made with redstone in a metallurgic infuser. And that compressed redstone is really the one we're going to want to use, which is redstone in a compression chamber gets you a compressed redstone, which works effectively as 10. I'm going to go ahead and enrich 2 redstone, and we're going to put 20 iron through that because we can. And it looks like we're enriching 3 because that's just how many popped into my inventory. And while we work, we will keep the energized smelter doing its thing with the osmium ore. We'll get everything configured later. There we are. So that gives us our compressed redstone, which every single one of these is worth 100 redstone in the metallurgic infuser. A piece of redstone dust is only worth 10, and it requires 10 to process 1 bit of iron. It means that by enriching it, you get 10 times as much redstone out of your redstone, which is great. Okay, so now that that's working, we can work on getting our energy tablet together, which is going to require 2 iron chipsets, 2 basic control circuits, which I should have plenty of circuit boards here now. Yes, I do. And we're going to need probably all of those. I've got a good selection of osmium plates. Good. This is some really expensive stuff, and this is why we've been spending quite so much time building up that we have. 2 more enriched alloys, 2 iron chips, 2 steel plates, and 2 2 iron chips, 2 enriched alloy, 2 control circuits, 2 steel plates, and an osmium plate. Okay. There we go. So this will give us our energy tablet, which is a, basically a battery of sorts. What am I missing? Alright, we've got you and you. This is the non-shift right-click mode. Oh, I don't actually have the enriched alloy in my inventory. When you are using NEI, if you shift-click, you will get the display that I showed you before, where, you will get the recipe put directly into there automatically. If you just left-click on the question mark, it will instead place a ghost of the recipe into the crafting grid for you. Grab a stick. There we go. Now we're starting to get somewhere, folks. And lapis. There we are. Now I think that the energy tablets will not allow us to... Yeah, it's not going to do that. That's okay. Now, to store energy in the tablet, we are going to need to make ourselves an energy storage device where we can charge things. And the easiest way to do that is actually going to go ahead and make a Mekanism storage block, I believe. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. So, the energy cell, the basic energy cube, in fact. It's going to use a couple of these storage blocks. I don't think there is a charger that I can just put into things. No, it doesn't look like it. Maybe down here. Flux transformer. Ooh, converts redstone flux to railcraft charge. Nope, not what we're looking for at all. On charging pedestal. Applied Energistics 2 charger. Not what we're looking for. That's okay. So we're going to need, for these basic control circuits, which you've seen, 2 more energy tablets, which you've seen, a steel casing, which you've seen, and some aluminum sheets, which are made exactly the way you would expect. I'm going to go get the materials together for all this, and I'll be right back. Alright, here we go, getting the energy cell together, or the energy cube. I keep calling it a cell because I'm used to thermal expansion. But there is our basic energy cube, which I'm really hoping I can attach to these. Okay, cool. And that will charge up very quickly because it only holds 800,000 RF, and this entire system is just about saturated. There is millions of RF available at the moment. So now I'll be able to toss the configurator in here to charge, and it'll go relatively quickly. This can store a good bit of power itself. Now that it's all charged up, we'll be able to make use of it. Now, as I was saying before, the enrichment chamber, or not the enrichment chamber, the energized smelter acts exactly as a furnace would, and in this case is creating osmium ore, which can then be put into the enrichment chamber to create osmium dust. Or I could toss it in the smeltery, especially since I now have a casting basin collecting my molten osmium, which is creating osmium blocks for me. However, we could, instead of placing it all there manually, we can move things on our own. And the reason this is important to me is this shows me exactly what the colors are. So dark red is my input. We're going to go ahead and set, hang on. Why are you like this? It's going very slow. We're going to set this one to dark red. And we're going to check that. Oh, that's dark blue. We're going to go ahead and set this to dark blue. Hit O to get rid of any I. And then all you need to do is click auto eject. And it's now going to dump the osmium ore into the enrichment chamber for me. Isn't that special? Also, what we could do is we could grab a... Oh, I don't have one. I had another chest available. You know what? We can grab the chest that we're using over here. There's my dolly. Put this right on top of that enrichment chamber. And then just set the top to dark blue. And turn on auto eject in the configuration. There you go. The only reason I needed the configurator and needed it charged was so that I could see what the various colors were, because I can't really tell just glancing at them. I will mistake some colors for others. There's our enriched alloy, up to 22 of those now. Cool. So yeah, that's the basics of Mekanism. We're going to be making a lot more use of what this mod has to offer. I'm going to allow things to run for a while and generate more resources for me, so I'm not spending quite as much time struggling to put everything together. I mean, I have a ton of osmium producing, so that's going to be good. We're also going to go ahead and make ourselves the osmium seeds, created with osmium blocks, manulin blocks, refined steel, 3 of the sin runes, 4 of the extreme essence, and an essence seed. You've seen me create all of the base resources for these, and I've done a ton of seeds on camera. So I'm going to go ahead and get these made off camera. And in fact, we're just going to go and grab some ardite and cobalt and start getting that extra manulin we need. We made those cobalt seeds first so that we could easily create lots of manulin, if you remember, out of what we had available. I should probably consider making the ardite seeds next-ish. That might be for the best. I don't know why. How did you... How the heck... Alright, so this is definitely not a perfect system by any means. I'm gonna do some triage on this. This thing's broke a bit, as you can see. There we are. Yeah. So if this thing runs out of coal, I wonder if there's a way for me to lock the compacting drawer to only ever accept coal. Or filter the obsidian transport pipe somehow. Or something. There's got to be a better way than this. Anything that will stop this guy from running over and accidentally flinging coal into here. I guess I could try to move the system slightly so that the obsidian pipe is no longer anywhere near everything. That might be for the best. I don't know. We'll try a couple of things. I'll mess around with it. I mean, I like this system, but it's just not cooperating with me lately. Oh well. It's producing buckets and buckets of coal, and we'll make it work. Hope you've enjoyed the episode, folks. If so, leave me a thumbs up, tell me what you liked. If not, leave me a thumbs down, tell me what you did not like. Either way, you'll be interacting, and I will continue to show up in your subscriber feed. See you next time.